they're going to just become, they're going to lose their work ethic. They're just going to sit around and wait for the money. The old adage is, they ask the wealthy kid, what do you do for a living? He said, I'm a waiter. Oh, you're a waiter. Yes, I'm waiting for my inheritance, And so, that's the big fear of parents. But if you don't tell it, I found in my practice, if you don't explain to your kids how much money you have and prepare them for what actually is going to happen in their lives when they inherit this money, then you're basically creating lottery winners out of your kids. You have sudden wealth syndrome, a whole litany of problems you're forcing your children to get into, you're almost consigning them to that kind of a future. It's terrible.
And you're taking away the incentive, right? They talk about, I think the term is affluenza, right? It's these children of affluent families who are in some ways robbed of the incentive to, build wealth. But that doesn't mean that they can't go out and do something meaningful, right? So what does meaningful work look like in a family for whom creation of wealth is not the intended outcome, right?
Right.
I think one other interesting thing that I think about a lot. So my first year of college, which was 1991, I had a sociology professor. This is my very first day of school. And he walked in and he said, you are the first generation in this country who will not do as well as your parents, which was very depressing on your first day of college. But and I think he might have called that a little bit early. But one of the things that we think about is right now we're looking at this, what is it, $84 trillion wealth transfer that's going to pass from baby boomers to Gen X and millennials, right? I think if we talk to most of our clients, most people out there, what you'll find is that young people today are faced with incredible challenges around building wealth. Challenges that were, my professor was not wrong, that maybe their grandparents and parents didn't have. The cost of buying your first home, if you're my grandparents, was more in line with the cost of your wages than is the case today. And so what we are seeing a lot of is grandparents and potentially parents thinking more about starting to transfer wealth. We call it giving while living, even to their children and grandchildren, to really help them. And that doesn't necessarily, again, it doesn't take away the desire on the part of the recipient to go out and do meaningful work, but maybe that meaningful work isn't only going to be tied to income. Is it more charitable in nature? Is it doing good for the community? Things like that.
What about conflict resolution in families? This is a big thing, right? You have the quote, elephants in the room, the things that they don't talk about. I've found that people kind of go to war. They inherit a bunch of money and then they go to war with each other and start suing each other. And a lot of times, if you pull back the layers of the onion, it seems to be more often than not something that happened when they were children. Like you stole my boyfriend in middle school or something, and then now they're getting even with it. Just never got resolved.